The raindrops tapping against the window softened the sound coming from Samira's room. What have I done to deserve this kind of treatment from my mother? She wondered. Her thoughts weighed down with sadness. Her mother seemed to act harshly without reason, taking her belongings and giving them to her younger sister, and standing in the way of everything good that came her way. Samira often felt like a servant in her own home, and her father, though kind, remained silent. She wept bitterly and quietly, hoping the rain outside would wash away her tears. In the town of Munsa, Mr. Adams was known for his two lovely daughters, Samira and Rabi. Samira, the eldest, was admired by all for her beauty, which left many in an awe. The young bachelor Ayomide, well known in Monza, had been drawn to her for some time. Whenever she passed by, his words filled him. To him, she was more than just any girl. He often dreamed about her and thought of her radiant smile and sparkling eyes. One evening, Ayomide spoke to his parents. "Papa, I've found the woman I want to marry." His father smiled, pulling him into a hug. He never thought a day would come his son would want to get married. "That's wonderful, my son. Who is this girl who has caught your heart?" Ayomide smiled softly. "Samira," he said. His mother leaped with joy, dancing in excitement. "Made an excellent choice. We will gather the elders and visit Mr. Adams' compound tomorrow. I'm sure he will be thrilled with this match." Meanwhile, Samira was busy preparing dinner when she noticed a group of men arriving at her home. Her father welcomed them warmly. She couldn't make out their conversation, but she heard the word marriage. Assuming it had nothing to do with her, she continued her chores. As Samira worked, her mother, Mrs. Adam, and Rabi, her younger sister, talked about everyone in the town. It was no secret that Mama Adams favored Rabi, her younger daughter, treating her with affection while Samira was often left out. The townspeople noticed the clear difference in how the sisters were treated. "I don't understand why Mama Adams treats Samira so differently," one villager said. "If I didn't know better, I would think Samira wasn't her own child. She dotes on Rabi like a princess, but Samira, she treated like a helper," another added. In the Adams home, joy filled the air as Papa Adams gathered his family. This morning, Ayomide's family, the wealthiest in our village, came to visit. "He has chosen a bride," he announced. Mama Adams jumped up with excitement. "What did you just say?" she exclaimed, dancing around, while Rabi smiled, adjusting her clothes, confident that the news was about her. Papa Adams turned to Samira. "What do you think, my daughter?" Suddenly, the dancing stopped and everyone fell silent. Mama Adams' smile faded. "Why Samira? Why not Rabi?" she asked. "Rabi is the most beautiful." Rabi's eyes filled with tears. "He must have meant me, Mama. It was me he wanted," she insisted. Samira sat quietly, not surprised by her mom's reaction. She had long known her mother never wished her well, often giving Rabi the best while leaving Samira with very little. Papa Adams raised his voice slightly, bringing the conversation to an end. He chose Samira. Tomorrow, Ayomide will come for the first part of the marriage rite. Mama Adams looked at Samira with frustration while she comforted Rabi, who was crying. Mama, I like Ayomide. Please don't let him marry Samira. Rabi sobbed. She had secretly admired Ayomide, hoping for a life of luxury and comfort when he comes to marry her. In Monsa, the first part of the marriage tradition involves the couple spending time together in a private room. Samira's heart raced as she entered the room with Ayomide. When their eyes met, she noticed the warmth and kindness in his gaze that surprised her. Rabi, watching from afar, was filled with envy. It should have been me, she thought. Outside, the elders remained gathered, waiting as the couples spent the night together. Inside, Ayomide noticed the tension in Samira and softly reassured her. Don't worry, Samira. I won't touch you. Well, unless you want me to. Hi, my name is Ayomide. But Samira silently recalled her sister's bitter words. She realized if she doesn't make a move, her mother would take her man and hand him to her sister on a silver platter like she always does. With that thought, Samira stepped forward towards Ayomide with her eyes filled with desire. He recognized it. He welcomed her approach, his heart pounding as she initiated a kiss, kissing him deeply. He smiled through the kiss, surprised but overjoyed. He had expected just a handshake from Samira. In that moment, as he explored every inch of her, he silently vowed never to let her go. His beautiful Samira. Finally, she was his.